Hello everyone, welcome to the second chapter of the Rush Extravaganza, and I'm just going to get right into it. Our next one here is Rush's A Farewell to Kings, and this has it only has 6 tracks, but they're really great tracks. I mean, it's not as experimental. There is a bit of experimentation on it, and if you had it on the record or cassette, that's 3 songs on one side and 3 songs on the other side. And these songs are actually pretty darn long. You get a 5 minute long song, then 11 minutes, then a 2 minutes or almost 3 minutes, then a 4 minute song, another 2 minute song, and then a 10 minute song. So there's 2 songs that's over the 10 minute mark. And the rest are kind of standard. But it starts off with the title track, A Farewell to King, which is rockin'. Xanadu, which is one of my favorites. Everybody's favorites, they have to play them almost every show, which is closer to the heart. Then you get Cinderella Man, Madrigal, and Cygnus X1. And I really love Cygnus X1. It's hard to say for me which one of my favorite songs. I mean, it could be a toss-up between Xanadu and Cygnus X1, because they're fantastic stuff. But there's some better stuff coming up, for sure. So we're going to get into Hemispheres. Yeah. Now, I like this. So now you have Cygnus X1 Book 2, which starts off that. So just to reiterate, you got Cygnus X1 on here, the last song, okay? So once you take this out, and you can put this in, right after it, and it continues the Cygnus with Book 2. So that's the second part. That's the second part of part 1. But but of course Book 2 is in chapters. It's the Hemispheres, which the total runtime is 18 minutes. 18 minutes and 4 seconds. But it has, it starts off with a prelude and the Apollo, Berenger of Wisdom, this Dionysus, Bringer of Love, Armageddon, the Battle of Heart and Mind, Cygnus, Breaker of Balance, the Sphere, A Kind of Dream, and that's side 1, and it's a really awesome debut, and so I like playing Cygnus X1 and Cygnus X1 Book 2 right after each other, because that's the way you should be heard. As soon as you take out Farewell of Kings, you should put that in. But anyway, it's also side 2 that is splendid, because it has Circumstances, the trees, and my favorite instrumental of them is their first one, La Villa Stragiato. That thing is magnificent. It's often said that if you can learn to play like flawlessly play La Villa Stragiato, you can pretty much play anything, because it pretty much teaches you everything you know. So it's so dynamic and so much range in that song. So, and it's a tough song for them to play. That's a 9 minute and 34 second song, and it's one of their toughest songs to play. But when they do it, they can do when they do it the whole thing live, isn't that? They can still do it flawlessly. I've seen them do it, not in person, but in videos and stuff. So this was for me. I thought this was a major breakthrough. But I only had gotten into Rush through really deep dive into Rush through my friend Patrick Freedom. Not his real name, but that's all good. But then we get to the next one, which again is so magical, and and influenced a lot of people too. It's Permanent Waves. Let's see if you can see that. And it spells out permanent waves in that little red line there, kind of like a heartbeat monitor thing, and it spells it out. That's the classic cover, but it has the Spirit of Radio, Free Will, Jacob's Ladder, Entree Nude, Different Strings, and Natural Science. And I love Natural Science. And again, look at that, 9 minutes and 11 seconds for the last song. Even Jacob's Ladder is pretty long, 7 minutes and 26 seconds. But again, awesome album. Great opening track of Spirit of Radio. Love that song. Free Will is another one of the strong songs, and Natural Science. Those are my 3 favorite songs on there for sure. I love when they do Natural Science live. That's some of the best stuff. But now we're going to get into their second real breakthrough album that got so many fans on their side, kept the old fans and started getting out of that, experimental stage, and it went a little bit more standard with Moving Pictures. And of course, it all starts off with Tom Sawyer. Tom Sawyer, became such, the signature song, the signature sound. The most recognizable trait of Rush is that song. If you mention to somebody, hey, do you know Rush? That probably the first song they would mention. It's like, okay, what's the first song on the top of your head if you think of the name Rush? They'll have that Tom Sawyer, of course, because that is their biggest song. As much as 2112 was a breakthrough, this album here is put them on the map, in a big way. And with the second song, Red Barchetta, proving that you can tell a really simple, cool story in song form and keep you entertained and it's a rocking song. This whole album is rocking. Then you get, again, probably arguably, people will say it's their best instrumental. Probably my second favorite instrumental, YYZ. And you don't say Z, it's Z. It's Canadian. They're a Canadian band, remember, people. So yeah, it's YYZ. You don't say Z because that's so wrong. And of course you get Limelight. Limelight is so, again, it's such a, it has such a Spirit of Radio vibe. And I mean, it's nothing like it, but it has the same vibe, And then the Camera Eye, Witch Hunt, and Vital Signs. The end, for the other side. And again, everything on this is just solid. I love this album, and who doesn't? Like I said, it was one of their most popular albums, which leads into this next one, of course, which again, like the first episode I just showed you, ends off with a nice concert, and this is Exit Stage Left. And it starts off with a great opener, of course, with Spirit of Radio. As much as Anthem is, or even Bastille Day being such a great opener, the Spirit of Radio. Of course, the second song, because you want to get that storytelling out with Red Barchetta. And you can't go and play Red Barchetta without following it up with a YYZ. And then they get everybody in the mood, they play a Passage to Bangkok, and as soon as that starts, you can smell that aroma in the audience, in the stadium, or wherever they're playing. And then they have to play the fan favorite, Closer to the Heart. Then they go into some cool territory with Beneath, Between, and Behind, Jacob's Ladder, and then there's a little bit of a solo going on with called Brune's Bane, which is Alex Lifeson doing some guitar soloing and stuff. Like, I'll do a little ditty there, which blends right into the trees. Then goes into Xanadu, rocking hard with Free Will, and again everybody's other favorite track, Tom Sawyer, and then ending the show with La Villa Stragiato. Ah, this is again at their best in that era, because as you will see, they have so much greater things to come. And at the time, I find this would blow people. This blew people away. I mean, on the heels of this, and you come out with this, yeah, that is some great stuff. So again, this is another episode of Moe'S CD Culture Show and Tell. I really hope you enjoy, and please stay tuned. I will be posting for the next 5 episodes in during the week. So look forward to those, and I'll see you then. So have a good day, evening, night, everybody, wherever you may be. Be safe, take care, and I will see you on the flip side. Later.